welcome back to another episode on my tiny little channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Jules and this is my friend Dee from Things Dee Says. She also has a YouTube channel. You can also follow her on her Instagram over here. Her content is amazing. If you guys have never seen her here before, sorry about that, follow this link where we talked about our high school experience.
And our New Year's resolution.
Are those both on your channel?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me just put this on silent. But oh my gosh, yeah, those are really good episodes.
Yeah.
I think we should do a version of the same on my tiny little channel. Yeah. I've known her for many years. So whenever we're like within close proximity of each other, which is quite often, we shoot content. Yeah. Today's video is sponsored by Gordon's, particularly Gordon's Pink. That's what we decided to have a drink of today. Voila! This gin is so yummy, and I see so many people
delish
nowadays.
It's actually delish.
And today we're using a different. I usually just use regular tonic, but today I'm using KO's this rose cucumber African tonic because I want to see how well it goes with this.
And this is a Kenyan one as well, right?
And this is also Kenyan, yeah, which is really dope. Today's episode we're talking about online dating. I'm sure you guys have seen this kind of like thing that became a series where I started talking about my online dating experiences in London, because Gordon's London Dry Gin, although this is not Gordon's London Dry Gin, this is Gordon's Pink, same difference, same people. And I brought Dee because she also has a few online dating experiences. So I'm like, we need to talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, this might be the last one in a long time.
Why?
For the dating series.
Okay.
Because the other stories I have, they are a bit, I don't know how Gordon's, they're not so PG, so I don't know if Gordon's will be okay to be on board for that, but I'll probably still talk about them just
on your own.
Just on my own and not
I love your dating series.
Dude, we've been through it. Before we start, we're gonna pour ourselves a drink.
It smells like perfume. It smells. Okay.
Someone is getting excited. Yeah. It smells like perfume. Actually, it does.
It does. It smells like something you get at Body Shop.
Yeah. Cheers, babe.
Oh,
wow. Let's get started. Okay, I'm already laughing. We haven't even started talking about the experience. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my okay, guys, I went on like 15 dates. Online dates.
15 as in with 15 different people? I'm not 15 with the same person over and over.
No, with different people. Okay. I was really on the search for like a good romantic connection in London. Yeah. So and
it's a new place for you.
It's a new
experiencing new things. Yeah.
Everything was exciting. Even things that I would see in guys that would like make me go like, I was just like, it's okay. It's a new life. It's a new thing.
You're now open. You're like, that's so interesting.
Let me tell you. So my last two experiences, I just wanna glaze over them and then get to the final and like my conclusion. Yeah. And then those ones that I've not talked about, we shall discuss them on another episode. Yeah. So my last two experiences was with this one guy. Let's call him Jerome, because he had one of those African sounding names. Not to be stereotypical, but but yeah.
But you know, there's those names that you like.
Yeah. Of course, we matched on the app and we started to chat. And at that point, I'd gotten to the place where I was like, look, if we're matched and we're not gonna have a week, 2 week chat conversation. Let's meet like in a day or two. And make my decision, because I felt like I was giving too much of myself.
Small talk, you quite job.
Yeah, it's a bit exhausting when you're doing like mass dating. So I was like, yo, let's meet up, chap, you know. So and I liked his vibe generally. He seemed very cool. And he told me he used to work. This is my first time.
A tradie.
No, he was an Iron Man. He called himself Iron Man. So he used to work.
A welder.
No, he used to work on the, I don't know actually, he could have been a welder, but he used to work on the railway stations for the underground, for the train stations. Okay. Like, you know, they do, because trains used to close like at 11 midnight. Yeah. So that at night is when they do all this maintenance on the rail. Yeah. And that's so funny that he was to a KYM, but he had a house. He had a house which he was I think he owned it. Like he had a house somewhere.
Kwanza kadamoko jobs abroad. They're the ones that pay the most. Yeah, and these guys are the ones who know the ins and outs of what goes into making a house. Yeah. So you find a lot of them.
I dated an electrician. Yeah. I went on a date with this guy who was a seremala. What are they called? There's a name for them. Fundi wa chuma. Not seremala is a carpenter.
So then so he was a train.
He was telling me, you know, I'm a big guy. Yeah. I'm like, okay, this is a first for me. Yeah. Like all these blue collar job guys are so handsome. They have nice beards. Let's go hang out. We went for a movie, and you know, it wasn't a bad date, but it was a bad date. Like
what movie did you watch?
I can't remember, babe. I can't remember anything.
Can't remember. I would,
yeah, I usually remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember he bought a lot of junk food. He was a big guy. He wasn't. This was my first, like my first date.
Yeah, with, like, as in he brought junk food to the cinema
with a big guy. No, we bought from there, but he bought a lot. Like you know, we just had popcorn and soda. Yeah, he had popcorn. Yeah, he had Skittles, chocolate, and then Maltesers he poured in the popcorn. Yeah. I was really overwhelmed. So, and I'm like, you know, he's like, yeah, whatever. He likes to eat. He's a big guy, whatever. So I'm like, this is okay. We go, we eat Nini, and I remember he finished the chewing sounds were just too much for me because of beginning to end. And then
that's why you can't remember the movie.
And then because I was just like this the whole time.
Sure
I'm like, wow. He finished everything, and then he finished all his soda, and then he belched, and then because I had Skittles in my hand, he bought me Skittles. I'm not used to eating Skittles and then popcorn like in the cinema. It's like
it's such a nice contrast, salt and sweet.
Yeah, you know, you are the foodie. Me, I'm not. Me, I'm very basic. Yeah. And then he was like, kind of like, are you gonna eat that? Yeah. And I was like, no, here you go. You finished your Skittles and your Maltesers and your popcorn and your hot dog and your soda, and I asking for my Skittles. I was like, I was a bit turned off by that. Maybe I was shallow, guys. I was like in my mid-20s. Yeah. I was not the woman I am today. And then we decided to take a walk in the park. Yeah. I liked him because in spite of all that, he was just sweet. So he was sweet and nice. Okay. But then there was so many little red flags that he was telling me like, oh, you know, when I get into I don't use protection, so I hope you don't have a problem with not using protection. I was like, why? Don't you use protection? First of all, what? He's like, no, I don't mean to offend you. It's just that I came out of a very serious relationship and like, you know, like I'm just used to it. Yeah. So if me and you ever are to have a thing, I hope you know, like, you know. And I was just like, how do you say that to somebody the first day you meet them?
Just met, you
know. And then he made another like comment around, and I was like, is it that you're used to it, or you know, he's just like, oh, just some condoms don't like fit me properly or whatever. It was just, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And then when we were saying goodbye, he kissed me, but I didn't want to be kissed on the mouth. We walked up in the park, we sat down.
Was it a good kiss?
I just felt it was not a bad kiss. It was my first nice kiss in a long time because I was single. Yeah. But I remember just feeling like, I don't know if I trust this guy. Like I just feel something is off with the whole, you know, the whole I don't use protection. And I was like, what are you telling? I don't know. So I didn't end up talking to him again, and I thank God I didn't, because usually I make excuses for people. I'm like, oh, maybe he was nervous, maybe he just meant that because he's been dating for somebody for so long. But I just decided, no, I'm just not going to accept it. So I mean, after that I just had to let that one go. And then I had one good one, which was fairly okay. So I have to give you one good one. This guy, let's call him John. We hate John.
We hate John.
Joseph. Yeah. So Joseph was black again. Even this other guy was black. So Joseph was black, and I would say we even dated. Like we were together for a couple of months. Unfortunately, it wasn't long enough. What happened is when I moved, so I lived in South London because that's where my uni was, and then during summer when I was writing my dissertation, I moved to North London, East London, Arsenal. And then he's like, oh, you know, because you've moved so far, I don't think you can work out. And I'm like, babe, see, it's like Karen. Okay, it's like Karen and Kiambu.
Are you serious?
Yes, I was still in London.
That's too far.
Yeah, he was like, Atina, this is a long distance relationship, I can't do it. I was so shocked. I'm like, bro.
Nah, that one wasn't.
Yeah, and then he used to be very insecure. Like he used to be very, not insecure, he was petty. Like So such small things would piss him off.
Yeah.
Like that made me feel like I'm not used to that. I'm used to usually the one being told, just chill, be easy. I felt bad because that was a rejection. But I remember thinking, oh, okay, at least I don't have to deal with his.
Yeah.
Why didn't you call me?
That's a bullet you've dodged.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine dealing with someone like that?
Bruh, like this one day he sent me a message like late last year or early this year, and he's like, actually, oh, so I see nowadays you feel like, he said this in that British slang, like you're feeling hot nowadays because you have many followers. I'm like, I've not talked to you in like 2 years. We spoke when I went to London 2 years ago.
Yeah. And so what if you're feeling hot?
And then he got mad at me because I told him I can't meet him on that day he wanted us to meet. Because I was like, I'm going for my cousin's wedding, so we're gonna be family. Can we just do another day? Like, because I only had 2 weeks there, so I was like, can we do like next week on this day? And he's just like, oh, it's so typical of you. You don't even.
Red flag.
I'm like,
red flag.
You're talking to me as if you bought me my ticket to come here. You know. So, but he was so cute, babe. He was hot and he's good at gym. He had a nice car.
You know, I find it so unfortunate when good-looking guys are just acting like cows. Like,
yeah, he might give him a chance because I was physically attracted to him.
Yeah.
So that was like my last experience with online dating, right? I was still on the app. I mean, there is a happy ending, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. But it didn't happen on these dating apps. Basically, what happened is that we had like our final exam at uni, and then we went to the local pub. And then I told you the story.
No, yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, so we were in local pub. So me and my friends, we both finished exams. We were like, we're gonna drink and have a good time and Of course, we're drinking guns on the idea. So we're drinking, and then this waiter comes to me somewhere in the middle of the night or whatever. She's just like, hi, I'm that gentleman over there has bought a drink for Julia, whatever she said. She said Julia, my name. So I take the drink and I'm like, who? And she's like, the gentleman at the back. And this is a tall, like 6'4" white male with a beard this big and a trench coat. And I was just like, then there was a friend of mine. She's Colombian, so she's white, Colombian, Hispanic, and she's called Julie. So when I saw the guy, I was like, there's no way that girl was sending me a drink.
I remember you thought it was her.
So I thought it was her. So I was like, oh, this must be for you. So I'm like, Julie, this guy bought you a drink. So I then pointed and I'm like, thank you, and I gave her the drink. And I was like, you know, we continue with the
guy is probably like, what the hell?
And then later the waitress comes again. She's like, hi, Julia, right? And I said, yeah. So he says the drink was actually for you, and he's bought 2 others for you.
Don't mug him off.
Don't mug him off, you know. So I was just like, I'm like, what? So I'm like, thank you, but unfortunately, so I didn't talk to him because I was like, my train was leaving in like 15 minutes and I was a 7-minute walk from the train and I didn't pay my bill.
Like, time is a thing. Like, if your train is leaving at 7, it leaves in 7 minutes.
In 7 minutes. So I paid my bill quickly and I ran out. And Latasha, oh, I shouldn't have said her name, but anyway, Latasha, my friend, you guys have probably seen her on my Instagram. She's New York and Black American. So she's like, Julia, this guy is asking, and I said, listen, just give him my number. Because I think he went to her to ask about me. But I was running out. These other guys all lived around the area, but I lived 20 minutes away. And then, you know, we started to talk on the phone, and I was still very like, why are you talking to me? Why do you want to hang out with me? Why? Okay, but anyway.
Why did you feel that?
Because he didn't look,
as in, he didn't look like the typical guy who you attract.
I had already dated, though I'd gone on a couple of dates. I had a thing with this other white guy, the eyebrow. Transfer.
But go watch that dating story. It's hilarious.
But with this guy, I was like, he looks too stereotypical white male, and I don't know. But then it's a thing. The thing is with the UK, because I've been to the UK and to the States, the racism there is not.
It's milder.
It's milder. It's still there, but it's not as severe. It doesn't have.
It's not as overt as being called
in the US. But anyway, I hung out with this guy and we ended up having a thing for quite a while. He lived out of town, so he even got me on a bus once to go to his hometown, which was by the ocean. And then my friends from Kenya were around, so I was like, we all go. We had such a good afternoon with him. I mean, he was just such a nice guy. Unfortunately, I came back to Kenya not long after we started seeing each other. I decided to come back home. Sometimes I wonder why. I decided to come back home and that ended. with my online dating thing, I just never had a happy ending with my online dating experiences. I feel like everyone I dated or went on dates was had something off about them. So I was like, when people come on these apps are weird.
I think that's
because I'm like, you live in London, why do you need to be on an app? Me, I'm here because I'm an ex. I'm not from here and I need to meet people.
But you see what I realized, babe, you know how abroad life is about work or study or whatever. It's not as social as it is here. You know how here it's so like even us doing this, if we were living abroad, this would have to be scheduled weeks in advance because you have a shift, I have a, like it's not. So I came to realize it's actually not the same as here, because here you meet people in your everyday interactions because you're interacting.
Yeah. So in the end, me, I didn't have a good experience online dating, but I met a wide range of people. That's a good thing. Yeah. The person I ended up seeing longer than anybody else was this guy who I met in a bar. Yeah. Who saw me in a bar. Yeah. Wilding out with my friends in uni and was like, I like that chick. Yeah. We still remained friends until today. We still follow each other on social media. Yeah. Even so, he got a girlfriend and he's so happy and in love and he finished his house and he had so many ambitions. Yeah, and that was my experience. Okay. A little white guy with a beard, 6'4". I showed my mom the picture recently. Yeah. I was like, what did she say? She's like, and why didn't you marry this? Yeah. Because we just started talking about our relationship. Me and my mom don't talk about who I'm dating. She just know maybe there's somebody in my life, but I don't give details. Yeah. But one day we'd had a few Gordons with my mom. And I was like, mommy, let me even show you the mzungu I was seeing before I came here. She was like, yeah. What? Ungeka huko? Where did you come from? Ungeniletea mzungu. Okay. Yeah. So what about you and your online dating experience? Yeah. So mine was very limited because I did it when I was here on holiday. I tried it in Australia. I can't even say I tried because I really didn't even try. I didn't even go on a date. So backstory, she just relocated back to Kenya last year. Yeah. Like when Corona just came. So it's so unfortunate. And she'd been in Australia for over a decade. Yeah, 13 years. Mm-hmm. When I was in Kenya, I was actually at dinner with a friend of mine and she was telling me she's been online dating, and I was like, really, in Kenya? Like I had so many hang-ups about the fact that she's online dating in Kenya, because I was like, I mean, if I couldn't do it in Australia, how am I gonna do it here? Like I was like, I don't know, like I was just like, this is not, I didn't think it would make sense. But she was like, you're on holiday, just try it out. If you don't like it, either way you're leaving. So she made me download the app, Bumble, there and then. She helped me set up my profile, and then I was like, you know what, I downloaded that app a few days ago, let me just play with it. And then I started talking to this guy, and I started talking to a few guys, and then this one particular guy, the conversation was so easy. Yeah. And then I remember my friend telling me the same thing you've just said. Don't drag it on for days, because that's when you get to the awkward stage of the conversation. Don't drag on the conversation for days. If the conversation is flowing, meet up. And he was like, yeah, let's meet up. And my experience was actually amazing. Like we had an amazing date. The conversation was so great. Like he was such a gentleman. Yes. He is a gentleman. He's still around. But it was just so refreshing for me to debunk that stereotype of dating in Nairobi, online dating, especially in Nairobi. Because going in, I can tell you, Jules, I was petrified. I was petrified. I was just like, guy, now what if I meet a really shocking person, or what if the date is horrible? But I was just like, okay, if the date is horrible, you just leave. Like I was talking myself down. But what helped me is just before the date, he also told me, I'm feeling very nervous, and that gave me some comfort, because I was like, oh, okay, if he's feeling nervous as well, then that's, to me, I was like, okay, at least we're feeling the same thing. Yeah. So I went on the date. It was actually a really, really great date. Amazing. Like we saw each other pretty much the whole time I was here. And then it didn't work because I had to go back to Australia, and long distance, like we actually considered the long distance thing, it wasn't gonna work. But I actually have zero regrets about this person. Like it was an incredible date. This chick came to Kenya for like all of one day and she had a new boyfriend from the internet. So I was like, wait, which internet is this? Can I also come there? I told her about it and she was like, you're joking. I'm downloading. It was Bumble. Yeah, Bumble. I never used Bumble in Kenya. I used a different app in the UK. Yeah. So after she got her nice experience, then I downloaded the app, and then I went on the app. Yeah. But then I think everyone I told,
I told another friend of mine, everyone was like, what do you mean you had a good experience in Kenya? Like, people were not believing that you can actually meet good people.
So now that you're back, what happened to this amazing 0 complaints, 100%, everything was so perfect? Are you together or not?
No, we're not, because I mean, I left, and so I left.
But you came back.
Yeah, but I came back, what, like
2 years
later. You know, life has progressed already.
Yeah.
So I came back, and you know, we actually even talked about doing long distance, because I was just like I would actually consider it, given the type of person he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I left, and it was very difficult, because Australia, first of all, is 8 hours or more ahead of Kenya. So when we're going to sleep is when Kenya is waking up, and vice versa. So it was literally impossible to have those times of connection. And he was really busy with work. I was really busy with work. But like, yeah, it just wouldn't have worked in that scenario. But I have 0 regrets about it. Like, even the fact that nothing progressed because, you know, for whatever reasons. Yeah. I'm actually very glad I had that experience. I had a great experience. Yeah. I would recommend.
Okay.
With caution.
With caution, please, because you just never know who you're gonna meet out there. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that was fun. I think that was fun. Good. I don't know if you guys have ever tried online dating in Kenya, and if you have, please let me know in the comment section about your experiences.
Especially if you've done it a lot, either successfully or not. Me, I'd be keen to know as well. Yeah. What people are experiencing in Kenya, and are you doing it during COVID? Because that's another thing I worry.
I was going to say that.
How do you date
right now? It might be a bit better to use online dating apps if you're single and you're looking for people. Yeah. To, you know, like, you just date.
There's a now you can't even go to a restaurant.
No, but what I mean is you just have to do a virtual relationship until you're ready to meet. Yeah, you do video calls and hang out and talk and become. In fact, it forces you to become friends.
First, because
you're not distracted by the physical, you know, the lust and the idea of, does this date going to lead to a nightcap, or is it gonna, you know?
I think also, given the stories we hear in this country of people who are meeting people for the first time, one, make sure you tell someone where you're going, because I remember that time I told my auntie, I think I even told my brother and someone else. Like, tell people where you're going. You might not even need to tell them details, but make sure at least 1 or 2 people know exactly where you are. That you're meeting someone new. If you change locations, let them know, because unfortunately we have to take extra steps to be safe.
To be safe as women.
To stay alive.
Yeah, and to stay alive. Yeah. Right? Alright guys, if this video was something that you liked, please remember to give it a thumbs up over here. Subscribe to my channel over here if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching me on my Instagram, please leave a comment. Double tap to like this video and share. What your experiences are with online dating, and also thanks to everyone who has been enjoying with me on this funny story series. This is the voice behind the laughter at the back. Those other videos, the person you hear at the corner laughing at my stories, this is the babe. This is the babe. Let us know if you would do online dating in Kenya, if you've been successful, and which app you used. Please help our sisters out here.
And can I also say, shout out to the good guys. Shout out to the good guys who are like looking for genuine connection. They're online trying to look for a partner just to have, you know, like a genuine, and even if it doesn't lead to anything, because it doesn't have to lead to a romantic situation, even a friendship, I feel is a win, especially if it's someone who you can see yourself being friends with for a very long time.
Remember to follow things these days, guys, and I'll see you guys here next time. Buy your Gordon's pink, make it like me, tag me. Adios.
Cheers.